Donald Trump is here right now. His new book, Crippled America, How to Make America Great Again, is out today. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Got to start out, respond to President Obama there.
Well, you know, I personally don't care too much in terms of the debate. They've been hitting me one way or another, and I guess I've been doing very well in the debates based on everything and based on polling. But I just want to have a debate. I like the debates. They can ask tough questions. I really don't care.
What demands are you going to make? You said you are going to.
Well, I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be 3 hours. That's one thing, and that was always my demand. And I'd like money. Frankly, the networks are making a fortune. You're going to love to hear this, but the networks are making a fortune with the debates. I'd like to see the wounded warriors and the veterans get some of the profits, because I mean, we're going in, we get nothing, and that's fine. But they're getting tremendous. We're at 24, 25 million people.
So nothing else out on the stump. You've talked about having only Republican moderators.
I'm not. Look, I just want to answer the questions and be done with it. And frankly, we're doing well. As far as President Obama saying what he said, he can't handle the country. I mean, he's doing a terrible job running the country. So he may say the Republicans don't get along on a debate, and it's not us. I mean, we're being asked very rude questions. Many of them directed at me, to be honest with you. But he's having a hard time. Not a hard time. He cannot handle the country. He is doing a terrible, terrible job.
How do you handle Ben Carson? Second national poll out this morning showing him in the lead. You're still ahead in places like New Hampshire, but how do you explain his surge?
Well, I'm now ahead in Iowa as of this morning, and that poll was not done after the debate. I think after the debate you'll see something different. But look, I've been in the lead or close to the lead from the beginning. It's going to be probably maybe tight, and I like Ben. I like a lot of the other candidates too. Some I don't like, to be honest with you.
How do you stop Ben?
I think that Ben just doesn't have the experience. Hey, look, you know, I'm going to make the greatest deals you've ever seen on trade. We're going to run the military properly. I'm going to take care of the vets. Ben can't do those things. Ben cannot deal on trade. Ben cannot deal with... It's not his thing, George. You know, you're born with it. It's not his thing. He hasn't got the temperament for it. It's not the right thing for him. And there are right things for him. But when you see China, these are fierce people in terms of negotiation. They want to take your throat out. They want to cut you apart. These are tough people. I've dealt with them all my life.
In your book, you call China an enemy. Why is it okay to do business with an enemy?
Because it's an economic enemy, because they've taken advantage of us like nobody in history. It's the greatest theft in the history of the world, what they've done to the United States. They've taken our jobs,
from us, why is it okay to do business with them?
Well, we can do, but we're going to turn it around. We're going to end up making money from them. We're losing in terms of balance of payments, in terms of anything you want to do with trade. We're losing almost $400 billion a year with China. Nobody can turn that. You look at corporate inversions where companies are leaving the United States, taking employees. I'm the only one that can do that. You know, the other candidates I was talking to, they don't even know what corporate inversion is.
You know, you say that Hillary Clinton doesn't want to run against you, but here's what she's saying on the stump.
I have to say, if he emerges, I would love to debate him.
Now, that's a general election debate that's going to be a lot of fun.
She bluffing?
She's bluffing. Yeah, she's bluffing. Look, I know her well. She's done a terrible job as you know, Secretary of State. The world blew up around her. And then she's got all of the other problems. I think Bernie Sanders is gone now because he gave up a very important thing with emails. When he did that, I said, when it happened, I said, that's a great soundbite. You know, if you hear people clapping in the audience a little bit, I said, he just bought 2 minutes, but he gave up his campaign.
She's the nominee, are you?
In my opinion, she is the nominee unless she gets indicted.
How about you?
I think I will be the nominee. Yeah, I do think so. I mean, every poll, look, one just came out, and as you saw, in Iowa, I'm leading. PPP just came out a little while ago, a couple of minutes ago. New Hampshire, I'm leading big. Florida, I'm leading big. South Carolina, I'm leading big. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Am I going to be? But I think I'm going to be.
A lot of Democrats I talk to think Marco Rubio is the toughest nominee for the Republicans. Why are they wrong?
I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm not a fan. And you know what? I'm doing this.
You said he's overrated.
I think he's overrated. And I've also said he's a lightweight. I think he's a lightweight. You know, I think Putin would eat him alive. I think he's a totally overrated guy. I think Bush, his message was horrible the way he delivered it. But Bush had a much better message, because here's a guy who doesn't even show up to vote. He's done, I mean, the way Bush delivers a message, it's so sad. But he had the message to deliver. If I'm talking about him not showing up to vote, if I'm saying that he's weak on immigration, you know, he's very weak on, he was a member of the Gang of Eight. That's the Gang of Eight. You know what they were? That was Schumer and a whole group of people. everyone come into the country. Please come in, take over our country. All of a sudden, his poll numbers went down. He got out of the Gang of Eight. He's very weak. This new gentleman that's backing him, Singer, you got to look at that record,
Singer.
okay? You take a look at that record. You take a look at what he stands for. I think Rubio's, personally, I think he's an overrated guy. I don't think he's going to be
Jeb
a
Bush
problem.
resetting his campaign yesterday, going after you.
The solution won't be found in someone who has never demonstrated the capacity to implement conservative ideas. And you can't just tell Congress, you're fired, and go to commercial break.
Look, Jeb is a nice guy. He's a stiff, okay? He's a nice guy. He doesn't have a chance, all right? He ought to do what Walker did. Walker
You think he should drop out?
Oh, absolutely. He has no chance. He's got money, but the money's not going to do it. And he's been branded as a low-energy person. I don't know who branded
By
him
who?
that. I don't know. I can't imagine. But look, Jeb is not a man that's going to make it, okay? He's wasting his time. He's wasting a lot of money. I say Rubio is highly overrated. I think there are some people that actually do have talent in the group. And the reason I talk
Like
this
who?
way is because I'm a non-politician. When this is over, if I win, great. I'm going to make the country great again. If I lose, fine. That's fine. You know, I'm not going to deal with these people. That's going to be it. I go into the sunset, and I go to Turnberry, I go to Doral, and I build buildings, okay?
We're going to
it's
talk
fine.
a lot more about your personal life in the next half
Okay,
hour.
fine.
Stand by.